Put it down. Look at how he's showing in this thing. So, Abba is how to understand behavior. Because every behavior has a meaning. Even silence is a behavior. Just say, she's not saying anything. She actually didn't disturb her. She was just quiet throughout the meeting. It has a meaning. From my experience in school leadership, teachers who keep quiet during staff meetings are the most dangerous teachers. Yes, use it for Mr. Bashir. Teachers who keep quiet during staff meetings are the most dangerous teachers. You don't know what is in them. And before they come to that meeting, they have held a meeting. That's what teachers do. I've been a teacher and I've been in management. So I have an experience of both places. They will hold a meeting before they come to a meeting. The very person who is instigating others, she will go to that meeting with, I will not say anything when I get there. I don't want problem. She has instigated others. But she's the one that is quiet. Even when you say, Miss Drodola, what is your suggestion? No problem. Anything you say is a lie. There is something I'm developing that I'm going to talk about online next week. Quiet QH of quiet quitting. They are not going to tell you they are going, but they are going. They are not going to say anything. Anything you do for them, even when you punish them, even when you delay their salary, it will be okay with her. Because she knows she's going. So she will just be like,
counting down.
Don't worry. Enjoy yourself. You go here. You understand? So that is, I'm trying to tell you what behavior is. Silence behavior. When people are supposed to say something and they are quiet, it is behavior. It could be your children, it could be your spouse, it could be your sibling, it could even be your mother. My children knows that when I keep quiet, that's the most dangerous time for them. Because after I've corrected, the next thing you will see is action. Is action you will see. And that action can be anything. That action can be, I will break your head. That action can be anything. Because by the time I keep quiet, I'm already tired. I've corrected you. I will have instances where, did I not say this? Did I not say that? Did I not say this? So at the point where I'm bringing that action, even you will know that you have overstretched it. So every behavior has a meaning. But your duty as a professional is to be able to interpret behavior. That's why you are learning ABBA. That's the reason why it is important for you to learn ABBA. How to interpret behavior. Even if you are not 100% correct, you are 85% or 75% close to what the problem is. The first thing is for you to understand that there is a behavior. The first thing is for you to understand that there is a behavior. Now, what caused the behavior is another issue. And I said something last week. Before a behavior, there is an event. Before every behavior, there is an event. So your role as a professional is first to ask what happened before the behavior. You don't just go blaming the behavior or condemning behavior like non-professionals will do. It's me, you used to me. Back. That's for the layman. For you as a professional, why did you miss? Where are you coming from? What happened where you were coming from? What did you see? Who saw her from where she was coming? What happened? Because there is always an underlying or a previous event before every behavior. Except somebody is mad. And what I mean by mad, I mean somebody who is really having psychosis. That person has a psychiatric problem where they have issues like mood swings, mood changes. They are not in control of their mood and their actions. That is the only time you can see that behavior can come without any underlying events. Even that one, to an extent, it could be to an underlying event. Now, For example, if somebody is having a sugar rush, what I mean by sugar rush is sugar changes our mood. Sugar can change our mood from bad to good or from good to bad. So let's say somebody who has a behavioral problem. Somebody who has a behavioral problem. The last thing that person took yesterday night before sleeping was a big bottle of Pepsi and finger foods, fried foods like potatoes, chips, or fried plantain and egg. Expect behavior this morning. Expect behavior this morning. Because what that person did, the last thing that person did last night was to load himself or herself with carbohydrate and sugar, which is both sugar. And sugar will definitely have an action. It's either the person will start having a running stomach, or the not feeling somehow, or the mood has changed. So you don't ask questions like layman will ask. You just woke up in the morning. What did you see? Did you see somebody in your sleep? Why are you behaving like this? You just wake up. You refuse to leave your bed.
Sometimes children, they don't greet. They don't know nobody.
Behavior. And we are what we eat. Let me tell you. We are what we eat. Even if what you eat is not giving you any digestion or intestinal problem, it could change your mood, to affect your behavior. You can just be feeling, even you that is doing the behavior, you might not even know the reason why you are doing like that. If somebody is asking what is wrong, I'm not just, you know what other times you say, I'm not just. Think about what you eat. What did I eat last? It's not always about the people around you. It's about you, your decision. Your decision. Every day I want to work well. I know that I have, but for throughout this week now, I've been working because I'm producing Montessori materials. I'm supplying schools. I make sure that I don't eat earlier than 11 or 12. So that between 8 and 11 or 12, I don't have issues with digestion. I'm feeling weak. I know my body. What do I call it? Intermittent fasting does to our body is that once you are not feeding your body with sugar, you are not feeding your body with sugar. When you sleep, the time we sleep till the time we wake up is called fasting. It's a fasting period because you didn't feed your body throughout that period. So let's say you took your last meal yesterday around 8 p.m. Some people take meals late, maybe because of their schedule. Let's say you took your last meal by 8 p.m. and you woke up this morning around 7. That means you have fasted for like 13 hours. You have denied your body food for like 13 hours. Now you did eat. What's the time now? This is 10. That's about 15 hours. Normal intermittent fasting should take you minimum of 17 hours. That's normal intermittent fasting. So if you still are able to keep yourself from food till 11, you have done a full course intermittent fasting. Now after that 11, if you don't eat, you don't take anything, your body will begin to feed on the sugar that is inside it, because you are not supplying it any sugar, and it needs sugar. Our body needs sugar to function. If you now take it to like 2 or 3 and you still have not eaten, you start feeling weak. There's a possibility you start feeling weak because your body has consumed the sugar in it. Your body has consumed. That's where you are going. Excuse me. Baby. Sorry. Good to see you. Yes, sir. You have to know, and you have to be able to identify each child according to your assessment and observation of them. You have to be able to differentiate with the child that can understand a 3-step instruction without supervision. You have to know a child who can understand 3-step instruction without supervision and the one that cannot. Those are the techniques of ABBA. When you take ABBA techniques, these are the techniques. Then, after giving this instruction, you have to wait for response. You don't just give the instruction and go. I've told you, take that in, go there, do this, and you move. You have to wait for response. Sometimes when you don't get response, you have to ask for response. Did you understand what I said? Am I clear? Now, can you tell me what I said? Tell me what I said. Repeat it. And then after waiting for response, getting response, you have to tell the child consequence. Consequence is the next thing. Consequence is the next thing. If you don't do it, this is what I will do. This is the consequence for your not doing it. And then you pause. You pause. You have given an instruction. You have asked for response. The child's response. You have got a response that I understand what you said. Now, the next thing is, if you understand what I said, or you understood what I said, the next thing is for you to do it. Am I talking?
Yes, yes.
Now then, if you are not doing it, that means there's going to be a consequence. And then you pause. What are you pausing for? You are pausing to be sure you can do whatever you want to do. You are pausing very well. So your assignments must be at par with the child's capability.
Yes, ma'am.
Am I talking?
Yes.
Your assignments that you gave to the child must be at par with the child's capability, what the child can do. Now, number 2, natural environment teaching. Next. Natural environment teaching. Teaching occurs in the child's natural environment using play and daily routines. That means everything you do in the child's environment must be teaching. That means you as a professional must be intentional about it. Somebody yesterday I'm doing an early childhood care master's program in a foreign university right now. I'm doing it myself. And one of the things one of my lecturers said yesterday night, because of the time difference, I take my lectures in the midnight. One of the things he said that while we were said, he said, teaching is the only work you work before work. Teaching is the only profession that demands that you work before you go to work. You are at home, when you are supposed to be resting, you are writing your lesson notes. You are preparing your materials. So what I mean by this is, can I have one else? What I mean by this is, by saying everything you do in the child's environment must be teaching, is that before you go to the child's environment, you have planned. Even if you say, oh, this today we are going to play, you have to make sure that that play is teaching. There's going to be a learning process, even though to the child it looks like play. But you, the teacher, must have your goal is to use that play period to teach. You understand? Now, so that is why we say the child must learn in their natural environment. Whether they are at home, they are learning. Whether they are in school, they are learning. Whether it's summer school, they are learning. They are learning everywhere. Albeit you are presenting it like play. It is you that knows that your goal is to teach. Okay. Now, number 3, task analysis.
Can you recap
on next?
Teaching
occurs in the child's environment using play and daily routines. Teaching occurs in the child's environment using play and daily routines. Yes.
The first one is DTT.
DTT.
It's a district trial training.
A structured ABAD technique involving clear instruction, child's response, comma, consequence, and pause. Pause. P-A-U-S-E. I explained that one. I hope you understand. You got the explanation. Okay. Now, number 3. Task analysis. Task analysis. That's number 3. Breaking down a complex skill into small teachable steps. Breaking down a complex skill into small teachable steps. Did you hear me? Breaking down a complex skill into small teachable steps. Like I use the example of go out, get a bucket of water, wash my car. You see the way I broke it down? That I said you have to even go to the extent of going out with the child. Come, let's go out. For some children, it actually has to be, come, let's go out. And when you get outside, go and get the bucket. Let's go to the tap. Now open the tap. Fetch water. Is it full? Now carry the bucket. Follow me. Let's go to the car. You can even take a rag or something and start cleaning the car. So now you give it to him. Now continue. Breaking tasks into small teachable steps, because some children can't just comprehend. To you it is easy. You are in quotes a normal person and you are a professional. To you, who is that? Who is that person? Somebody came with you. Okay. Now, you understand what I mean? Breaking tasks into small teachable steps. So when you are planning your lesson for the child, the first thing you need to do is to sit down. You know the children are not there. They are not with you. Mostly it is after school you are doing your lesson plan and everything. You have to go back in your subconscious into your class. You have 10 children. 10. How many of these children can understand these assignments? Just if I give you straight. This is what teaching is. I'm telling you. This I'm doing now is what core teaching is. Now when you go back in your subconscious to that class, you understand that in that class you have David, Elizabeth, Amina, Deola, Nike, Folashade. As you are remembering their names, you are also remembering who they are and what they can do. Who they are and their capability. And then you now bring it back into that assignment or that question or that task you are giving them. And from your professional experience and your knowledge of the child, now this is where previous knowledge comes in for you, the teacher, which should help you to have a good delivery and achieve your goals in the class. Now, you know who these children are. You should be able to know that David can do this thing. Amina will struggle on this thing. Ifoma can do it, but I have to be there. Now you now divide the children into groups as per their strengths. Now you now know those who can do it on their own, without assistance. Now, what are you now going to do about each groups? This is where it comes in, whether you are going to have an assistant in the class. You are going to know if these people can do it alone. then you know that this people, when I just get to work to class, what I should do is just to let them sit down somewhere and start sorting it out themselves. These people can't do it alone. How am I going to support them? What do I need to support them? That is material. I'm talking about material. And material comes from you. Start with you. I used to say this. The teacher is the first, you are the first learning aid of the child. You are the first material. So others we need materials. You are the first material of the child, starting from your room. I'm teaching yellow today. You are going to teach everything yellow. You look yellow. I've come in yellow already. I'm going to do so many things to make the child, everything around me must be sensitized for the child to know that there's, even if the child cannot say it, something in the child is saying there must be something about this color today. This one everywhere is yellow. And for those ones that can talk, you see some of them come and say, wow. They've done that to me before. You hear, wow, Mr. Badari, are we learning yellow today? What's happening about yellow? That is material. And now you're going to support the child. So that goes into task analysis. Number 4, chaining. 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 C-H-A-I-N-I-N-G. Teaching a behavior. Chaining is teaching a behavior by linking individual steps together. Teaching a behavior by linking individual steps together. C. Teaching a behavior by linking individual steps together. Chaining, that's chaining. That is the steps you are going to take to teach that behavior must be preceding each other. Must not be, one must not be here and the other one is there. Okay, you want to teach this child that when you go into the toilet and you come out, you must wash your hands before you go and do anything because of bacteria, which mostly are in the toilet. Science has even told us that we should stop keeping our toothbrush and toothpaste. For those of us that have a toilet in our room, that it is dangerous for us to continue keeping our toothbrush and toothpaste in our toilets. Because when you flush the toilet, there is a gas that it emits. And that gas comes out with bacteria. And that bacteria is going on your toothbrush, which you are going to end up to put in your mouth, claiming you want to make your mouth clean. How bit you are now making your mouth dirty. And the mouth, according to science, the human mouth is the dirtiest place on earth. That's what science says. That the human mouth, the most bacteria are in the human mouth. Because a lot of things happen with the food we eat, our gums and our teeth and our guts. That is what nutritionists call the gut health. The gut health. What goes from your mouth, this is your gut. That thing that takes the food down. What goes from your mouth to your gut down has to a large extent will affect your health. So if your gut is not healthy, your body cannot be healthy. Your life can't be healthy. Am I making sense? So chaining, teaching a behavior by linking individuals together. Forward or backward chaining.
Another one.
It's with chaining. It's continuation. And put that in bracket. Forward or backward chaining. Forward or backward chaining. Now forward chaining is you keep moving it forward. But for some children, you have to go back. Now let's say you taught that behavior, you taught about going to the toilet. When you go to number 1, ask permission when you are going to the toilet. The reason why you are saying the child should ask permission, even though you know that the child can go to the toilet without you, the reason why you are saying always take permission before you go to the toilet is that you want to know when the child is going to the toilet. And you want to monitor what happens between when he goes to the toilet, what he did in the toilet, when he came out, what he did after coming out. So you see, backward, forward. Now, when he tells you he takes permission that he's going to the toilet, you are at alert, he's going to the toilet. After like 3 minutes, you go to the toilet and open the door and see what's happening there. Is he doing the right thing there? And then when it is done, maybe you need to stay and watch him clean himself. And when he's done cleaning himself, you see the next step he takes. Is he going back to his chair, or is going to wash his hand and then coming back? That means if he's able to do that, the steps I've given you, that means that behavior, you have achieved your goal. Then as an ABBA trained special needs teacher, you have to go into your manual for the child and write goal achieved. Child was able to go to the toilet without assistance, did the right thing in there, and follow suit to wash his hand. You have achieved something. Because with special needs, every little thing is an achievement. Every success, everything you solved successfully, and the child was able to carry it out, the child demands an applause. And the parents demand information. It requires that you inform the parents that a progress has been achieved in this area. Because if you achieve the progress in school and the child got home, another natural environment, and nobody supervises what is happening in the toilet, or they take him to the toilet, the mother washes bum for him, wash his hand for him, that which you have achieved in the school, the mother has sent it back. That child will come back on Monday, and that independence that you saw on Friday that is making you happy, it has vanished. That is why in special needs, you don't do anything without parents. Forget that. You must do it with the parents. You must do it with the parents. The parents must be involved. That's why I always say, if you have a special needs child, or you have any child at all that has a problem area, and the parents is not ready to work with you, please let that child go. Let that child go, because you will get to a stage where, number one, you'll be frustrated, and you and the parents will fight. You will be frustrated, and you and the parents will fight, because you will just see that you are not making progress. This same parent that is drawing the child back will be expecting progress, but will fail to see their own part that they are not doing, because it has to be a joint task. The child is not living with you. It is easy to do it when the child, let's say, is a boarding school. You know that the school is taking care, and for that term, before the child will go on holiday, the school will want to ensure that something happens. Number 5, prompting and fading. Prompting and fading. Prompting and fading. Using cues to encourage behavior. Cues. Cues, what? Spelling of cues is C-U-E-S. C-U-E-S is the cues we are talking about. Cues. This, there is Q, line up. That one is Q, U-E, U-E, that is other one. Yes, giving a clue, thank you.
There should be L now.
No, there's no L. Using cues, C-U-E-S, using cues to encourage behavior. Then, Mrs. Adeniro, please go to Mr. Bashir. All the students are together there. Join him there, then later you people will sort yourself. Using cues to encourage behavior, then gradually reducing support. Do you know why? Drug rehabilitation is not working in Nigeria? Do you know why it's not working? That people that are on drugs, when they take them to rehabilitation center, they come back and still go back to their habits and they are still worse. It is because the cues to that lifestyle is still in the society, in the environment. Everybody that does drug abuse are adults. Although in some environments now we now hear that children are doing it, but 75% are adults. They are adults. Now every adult, one of the opportunities that adulthood gives you is that you are free. You can get out of your house without telling anybody. Let's say you are living alone. Maybe your husband is abroad. You are at home with your children. This morning they know that you go for lectures on Saturday. They've not woken up. You can dress up in the morning, lock the door, leave a note on the table and go out. That's because you're an adult. When you come back in the afternoon, nobody's going to ask you, where did you go? Where did you go without telling us? Why didn't you wake us up? In fact, if you have any child that talks like that, before you will say the third one, you will give him. Who are you talking to? And that you can do because you are an adult. Now, people who take drugs are adults. Meaning they have the liberty to move out, to walk. Now they go out. Let's say from here to Ikotu. That person is looking for drugs or something to smoke. He goes from here to Ikotu. He couldn't find anyone. Anywhere they are selling it. That is if our government is working. But our government is not working because they are not mopping up. They are not mopping up the environment. Now, let's say the government is working. They've mopped up. That's what they call it, mop up. They've mopped up the whole of Igondo Road. The addict cannot find anything to buy on Igondo Road. He moves to Ikotu. From here to Yaropaja, he can't find anyone. If he does it for 3 days, he will come back home. Something in his brain will tell him it's like this thing is not then withdrawal will start to happen. But in a situation where the person went for rehabilitation for 1 year, stayed for 1 year there, came back. As long as it's because rehabilitation centers are confined places, they can't go out, they can't buy anything. But how long are you going to do that? Even the psychiatrists, the psychologists are telling us that rehabilitation has its own adverse effects on the brain. Taking somebody for rehabilitation is like taking somebody to prison. Because the difference between rehabilitation or prison is, the only difference there is somebody in rehabilitation can have the opportunity to eat what they like. How? The institution might be giving them food, but they also require that every parent or family of the patient must bring like maybe provisions, tea, milk, extra something. That is not allowed in prison. That is the only difference. Every other thing is the same. No, another difference is that they don't put on uniform in rehabilitation centers. You can put on your own clothes. In prisons, they wear uniform because they give them number. Those are the two differences. Now, people who stay in prison, who stay in rehabilitation centers for long, these are the disadvantages. They lose the consciousness of time, date, and time. After about 2 or 3 weeks, okay, it was 28th of August, they took me to that place, or I got to that place. After 2-3 weeks, calendar is not useful because you know you are spending a long time in that place. What are you looking at date for? You don't have wristwatch, so who's going to tell you time? So they lose consciousness of time and dates. They don't know what's going on in the society. They don't know what's going on in the environment. No phone, nothing, because they can use that. That if you give them the access to phone, it can affect their treatment. Because phone itself is an addiction. And they can even be using it to plan for people to bring things for them. You see this thing. Now the cues, when they come out, whether a time frame you can keep them there, that the institution themselves will begin to tell you you have to come and take them. Because they know that staying longer than that is going to affect, it's going to cause another problem. So the problem you are solving. Now you are bringing this person back. Let's say you are bringing this person back home. Are you going to lock this person in a room forever. You will not go out. You will not go to church. You will not socialize. Because the essence of our going out, talking to people, buying things is socialization. It's sharpening our social skills. Now, that same person is going to go out. You are going to give him like maybe 2,000, 3,000, go and buy this thing for me, buy a vegetable for me. Drug is on the road of where that person is buying it. And there is addiction. This person is suffering from addiction. Is that person not going to buy it? So you see where cues, that's cues I try to explain for you. Cues are there. It's like the Nigerian women forever fighting. My husband is having an affair. My husband is searching. My husband is looking at one woman. He chatted with one woman. The cues are the beautiful women on the road. You know why Saudi Arabia, these Islamic countries, insist that women must cover their body from head to toe? Is to help their men stay disciplined. Because the natural woman body is an attraction to the male. Which pastor? Which pastor? And then carry pastor. And pastor is not woman being. It's not blood and flesh that is in them. Now, you are saying the man is, the cues are all over the road. The cues are even worse now. Because there are girls that even you that you are a woman, when you see them, you say, what is this?
But there are someone everywhere. Nothing. Everywhere.
So, those are cues. Those are cues. What are the cues you are going to put down to encourage behavior? Now, when I was a teacher at Corona schools, one of the cues that kept both students and teachers disciplined, and that's what makes them Corona. It is behavior and actions that makes people in an institution. It is not that institution. Oh, Corona is the best school. It's not the building. Corona Trust or Corona School. What does that do? But the way the people in that place behave, that Mrs. Abido taught at Corona, Mrs. Olabada taught at Corona, Mrs. Dingba taught at Corona, and you begin to see the same. You study the three of us, and it's in Corona that many people to be behaving like this. It is behavior. Now, everywhere in any Corona school, because Corona has 7 schools in Lagos, apart from the secondary school, you will always see on the walls, on the staircase, in the toilet, in your classroom, on the door before your classroom, we walk, we don't run, we talk, we don't shout. It is everywhere. Printed, laminated, put there. We walk, we don't run. We talk, we don't shout. Then you will see, no, silence. Lesson in progress. Silence. Lesson in progress. Silence. You cannot be in that type of environment consistently for a month, and your behavior will not change. Your behavior will change. So, initially when we first got there, some of those of us that were newbies, one of the first things that will make you know that this is a new person in Corolla is Kokoshu. It's Kokoshu. Your shoe. You will think you are going to one big elite school, so you go and carry your Kokoshu. By the time you will walk in that place for 2 weeks, you know that your Kokoshu is useless. Because the first thing is that car that your shoe will make, people will be looking at you like strange people. The ones that cannot tell you will look at you. You know that kind? Your supervisor will tell you, are you sure you are going to survive here with this shoe? So, by the second or third week, nobody, if you don't have slip on, nobody will tell you to go and buy. You will go and carry that your shoe that does not make noise. And then you learn how to walk. Because you must not be hard coming. Because it's a distraction. It's a distraction to the student, it's a distraction to the teacher. Another thing is your dressing. You must dress corporate. Nobody will tell you that no guy use long earring, will put red lipstick. Nobody will tell you. You will see yourself that I am not looking like people here. So you see, gradually, being there is affecting your behavior. I can't stay in AC. You can't work in a corona school because all classes are in suit and it's AC 24 hours.
So you'll be forced to put on suits.
Nobody will tell you. Or put on thick clothes that you know that it can sustain you. And with time, your body will get used to it. In corona schools, you don't eat when the children are eating. So if you don't eat in the morning, you have to wait until 2 when they close. Yes.
What will you be doing when they are eating?
You have to be supervising them. You have to be supervising them. Primary teachers are a bit, that is a bit free from primary teachers because their children are matured. So their own is just to, you can be doing something on your computer and just be looking at them. But for the preschool teachers, you have to be on your toes, all 5. They must not choke. They must not soil their clothes. All those things. So before you know, this will begin to affect your behavior. My children were younger. I think even my first child was in secondary school. She was about getting out of secondary school when I went to work in Corona. Till today, my children still says that mommy, the best years of your teaching years is when you were a Corona teacher. Because my behavior went like this. It was Corona I got to, I stopped beating children. I stopped beating my children. Because you don't beat. When you are giving a ruler for your class, they are going to write it at the back with, they'll put a masking tape at the back. This is a ruler. It must not turn to a weapon in your hand. They'll write it there. The storekeeper, because the store, you go to the store and collect all your stationaries for your class. The storekeeper is going to put it behind your ruler. This is a ruler. It must not turn to a weapon in your hands. So the day they catch you, you use ruler to do come. The first thing they will refer to is, can you turn the back of your ruler? That's what the disciplinary committee will first tell you. You will see people sit down like this, like 10 people. They will call you to the middle, put a chair. That's the disciplinary committee. You go and come and face them. So you don't want to be treated like that. You will be in your best behavior. They will tell you, can you turn the back of your ruler? Can you read what is there for us? You will read it. So why did you use it? I mean, you are not in control of your behavior. And if you have been found wanting in that area for like 4 or 5 times, madam, you go. The way you will know that you are going is, the first thing is they will shut down your computer from the trust council. You can't access because every one of us have a desktop computer, then a desktop computer on our tables. So information from the trust council, from your school, from other schools, news, corona news, will keep coming up, dropping in your mails, so that you can know anything that is coming up. Exam, when you are submitting submission. So the day they decided, after that disciplinary, they will tell you to go, we'll get back to you. If the decision is that you are leaving, you just get back to work. The day they decide that you are going, you see that you can't access, you put your password, it will not go. And the next thing that will come is report at Corona Trust Council. They will write the number there, something, Raymond Dijoku Street, off Awolowo Road, Ikoyi. It's your gratuity and your final check you are going there to collect. They don't give. It's not that they give. They have it. It is compulsory. I still have my pension. They will open a pension account to you with Stanbic IBTC, so they will give you all the details. You go to Stanbic. If you want to continue the pension something, you go to Stanbic and discuss it, and you know how you will be doing it. And then your final check, your final salary will be a check. It will come in a check, and they will give you. You go and cash it. Bye bye. You have finished work in Corona with that in your life. no communal school can employ you again. Because you are not, it's not the school that employ us. It is the trust council that employs us. Now give us a letter through a mail to report at so school. So you are reporting in the school with your employment letter. So if they are disengaging you, it is the trust council that also has the power to disengage you, because it's an organization. But what I'm saying is, Corona will change your behavior. Corona will change the way you think, the way you see things, your perspective to life. I gained my training, good morning, I gained my training prowess from Corona. Because, no, you are going inside, inside. Okay. Every, let's say, half term, end of term, there must be a general training. Heads of schools, all heads of schools, they have their meetings. That's their meeting, management meeting. And they decide on, they look at what problem are we seeing in our schools. What is happening in Victoria Island School? What is happening in Lekki School? What is happening in Bagada School? What is happening in Apapa School? And then they bring it together. They share it. Okay, now, from all this problem, which one is the one that we have to talk to all the schools about? All the teachers, we have to truncate it. Everybody must know. They now choose a topic from that, or two topics from that, and now give to individual head teachers. So all, let's say not the primary teachers, they can say all of us should come to Bagada. Bagada is the oldest. They might say all of us should come to Bagada. While teachers are meeting, we might be resuming in Bagada every day for training. And each of those days, it is the different head of schools that will be training us. And then Yonya will teach. She was my head of school when I was in Lekki. If Thomas will teach, she was at VI. Mrs. Davida will teach. Mrs. Shagun will teach. Different topics. And I'm telling you, if you listen to these women, and you still remain the same, leave education, go and sell market, go and do another thing. It is only one. The first time Mrs. Ifeku Thomas taught me, you can follow her, she's on Facebook, Ifeku Thomas. The first time she taught me, that was the day I decided in my life I'm going to be training people. Because what that woman was saying, hey, by the time we finish, all of us, we feel like standing up and going to hug her. Yeah. Where did this information come from? You know, it's like somebody is peeling something from your eyes. So this happens. This exists. This happens. You understand? So your environment will either change your behavior for good or for bad. All your environment. And when I mean all your environment, I'm talking about your home, the person you choose to live with, that is your partner, the compound you are staying, the church you go, the type of friends you have, the place you are working. There are some places you'll be working, after working there for like 1 month, you will not know how to dress again. Am I making sense? Salome, leave that place. Look for another place. They are blocking you there. You can come here or something. Now, you know the reason why you don't know how to dress again? Because the people there don't dress. So even if you dress well, you'll be looking like an odd person out. Have you know what? I've seen a place of work that they ask somebody, "Are you going to a party?" Just because she dressed well. It's today your birthday. So the more you continue to stay in that type of place, the more you begin to dress ridiculously until you will lose your sense of fashion and dressing. And then work ends in that place and you have to move to another environment. And then you have to start learning how to dress again. This is what your environment does to you, even you as an adult. Your environment with the man you marry might turn you to a bully. If your husband beats you, you will beat your children. If your husband beats you, you will beat your children. Even if you are a lady that came from a house where they are loving, they don't beat, they don't spank you. The moment you marry a bully, you will be using transfer aggression. Any little mistake your children make, you will do it. And before you know, it will change your behavior to a bully. Yes. Information has hit you. Because you are panting. Yes, I'm hearing you.
We're talking about Corona changing teachers and changing adults. There's this disturbing behavior.
Sit down.
I'm used to standing.
Okay.
Among my pupils, if Corona can actually change adults, how will the teacher change a child that has been spoiled from the home, over-pampered, right? The time of writing, the child feel like sleeping.
Do you think we don't have those type of children go to Corona schools? Corona has the children from the richest homes now.
How will the teacher correct that
It
child?
is the policy, the school policy. Sit down. When the parents come in, when you bring your child for admission in Corona, you will be given the school policy. You will be given the school policy. Now, the school policy are the rules and regulations of the school. So you will read it as a parent. You know where your boundary lies as a parent, what you can do and what you cannot do. There is the policy for the children, which will be input into the parents' policy. So you know what your child is going for. And then if there's any part of the policy you don't understand, you will meet the admin, the front desk officer. They call them the business officer. Business office. That's the person that, like the bossa and everything. There is the front desk officer, there is the business officer, and there is the head of school or HOD of that department. There is the head of preschool. In every Corona school, there is a nursery and a primary. So in that school, there is a head of school. Like when I was in Corona, Mrs. Adeshina was our head of school. Mrs. Bangboshe, you are coming here, oh, madam. Mrs. Bangboshe is the assistant head of school. She's our assistant. Nika Bangboshe, she's our assistant head of school. Then primary supervisor was Mr. Ekweme. He's in charge of primary supervisor from grade 1. Then there is a preschool supervisor, late Mrs. Sabaka Sanga. She's dead now. Mrs. Sabaka Sanga was our own supervisor. So there is an organogram. If you have any problem, you are a private nursery teacher, you have any problem with a nursery parent, you report to your supervisor, or you direct the parent to your supervisor. And then if your supervisor cannot deal with it, she will direct it to the head of school. Then they will invite the parents. Who are you giving that to? Bring it here. I don't know where you bring it. I'll give him. Now the thing is, everything the child is doing, you must report to your supervisor. Your supervisor, even if you are a new teacher, your supervisor will even visit your class. So a child is consistently bringing up this type of behavior. Your supervisor will pick it up with the child's parents immediately. You must walk here. You sleep. They'll tell you to carry your child to hospital now. Because the moment the teacher keeps reporting that same child, Mr. Lighton, Alex brought this for you, come and take. The moment the teacher keeps reporting your child, first time, second time, they're going to invite you, the parents, to a meeting, and they will read the riot act for you. If you are not satisfied, carry your pikin go. Those ones are not looking for children. People that have people waiting. Corona does admission every February. Every February. That's when they do admission. That's when their form is out. You have to go and buy form, take your time for observation or do observation, do assessment, do everything before they register your child. Once admission, and there is a number for every class. Preschool is 15. No, preschool is 2022. 2022 preschool. Because the reason why it's 2022 for preschool is in every preschool class there are 2 teachers. There are 2 teachers. The first teacher, like I am a teacher, is that person that did education. I read education. I will be made they call us lead teacher. Oh, you have a diploma in Montessori. You are a lead teacher. Every lead teacher is a prospect to become a supervisor. So they take us very serious. This is a lead teacher. They take us very serious. We have very important place. Then the person that is going to be your assistant is going to be a graduate. Can be a graduate in any field, but that decide to come and work in a school. Those ones, that means you are training those ones to now become another lead teacher. Maybe in another session, if the appraisal is okay, they will be considering making that person a lead teacher. So you see this, the way it goes. So everybody knows their job. Everybody knows their role. If they bring a special needs child to your class, they know that they brought a special needs child to your class. They will tell you, this is the person coming to your class. Now, like we are resuming in September. By August, the list of the names of the children coming to your class will be pasted on your class. Like this, you know the names. You know you have 22 children. Debola Davis, Chisom Johnson. Everything will be listed. How many girls, how many boys? They have listed it there for you. And their age. So you know the people you are teaching. Your curriculum is handed over to you. You are preparing your curriculum as per those children. Your lesson plan. Because in Corona we were using daily lesson plan. Daily. You write lesson note every day. Every day. It's not weekly that people are writing. So you will learn. So you see the way it's changing your behavior, it's changing your teaching techniques, it's changing your thinking, it's changing your communication with parents. You don't talk to parents. You don't have their phone number. You must not have their phone number. You must not. You don't have any the only business you have with them is, good morning, ma. How are you? Yes. What? She's supposed to be in that class.
No,
These are your classmates. Okay. Sorry, you're me. But I don't nervous. So you understand. So what am I saying in short? Your environment must change you for the better of the good. That is why when I left Corona schools, I couldn't work in some schools. Even if I'm going to remain jobless, I'm going to stay at home. I don't see myself going down. I can't. If your professional life has not got to that standard, that cutting edge standard, no, I can't work in this type of school. What will I be doing there? I know. The thing about Corona is you will even know so much that you can't be jobless. So the idea that if I lose it, I will not be sitting at home, I will not be jobless, I will not be doing anything. It does not come. There are so many things you know how to do and you can do. I was in the, after the first year, the second year, because they saw the way I was working, I was drafted into the curriculum planning committee. During summer holidays, that is our job. Every school has a curriculum planning committee. Nursery curriculum planning, primary curriculum planning. Now, during the holidays, all of us report at the Trust Council. There's a very big group, almost times 2 this room, with very big table. Everybody coming from each school, you identify yourself. 2 of us from Lekki school, 3 of us from Bagada school, 3 of us from We are deliberating on the curriculum of the nursery. What is the nursery going to learn next year? How are they going to learn it? What are we going to use for them to learn it? What is the theme for the term? And we are likely going to do that for like between 4 to 6 weeks. And the Trust Council will be giving us breakfast and lunch, tea and bread in the morning, rice or whatever in the afternoon we drink, and they are going to pay us. It's not part of our salary, because they know they've taken our holiday away from us. We don't, other doesn't do summer school. So we are working during summer. So we are going to be paid our salary and paid for that curriculum planning. Because whatever we plan on that table is what the whole Corona School nursery, the 7 schools will be using for next year. So we can't make a mistake. We can't make a mistake. After about 3-4 weeks, we are going to break ourselves up into groups. Maths, English, Montessori, STEM, science, tech, and engineering. We will not break ourselves up into groups. Those groups, people that are doing maths are maths graduates that read maths as a degree and very good in maths. They are going to review the math curriculum, the math textbooks that they publish, that the school, the head of schools have ordered. They are going to review the textbooks. They gave us the power to reject any textbook. In fact, if we don't reject some textbooks and it goes into the school, and a teacher or a parent now brings something up from that book that why is this thing in textbook, we are going to be sanctioned. They will call us, every one of us will call us back. So before they even draft us into that committee, they give us a week of lecture. What is expected of us? So we know what we are going there to do. When you get home, you yourself, you will sit down with your laptop like this. Because you don't have to go and disgrace your family in that place, your generation. You don't have to go and disgrace your generation. Because you can be called anytime to come and defend that. The Bible says the gift of a man makes way for him. I gained my cutting edge in Corona because I was an artist. Before you know, I was in charge of the art and decoration of the whole 7 schools. So after the 3rd year, they have to find somebody to take my place temporarily, because there are some weeks where I have to be going from school to school to go and see their decoration. How did they do? What did they do? Is it in line with the theme of the school and all these things? So you will know so much that when you leave Corona schools, you can't even be idle. And of course, schools will be looking for you. You become hot cake. You are a teacher. I was not in management. I was even not a supervisor. But the day I stepped out of Corona schools, every job that I got, before I decided I am not working for any school again. If I got to a stage, I moved Corona from my CV. Yes, it was that serious. I removed it. There was a year I said no, because every school I get to, the moment they say, "Good afternoon, Mr. Badari, welcome. He's very good." I can see you are a former Corona teacher. So please tell us about Corona. There was a school owner. How many graduations do you people have in Corona? How many days did you people use to do your? How do you do your prize giving day? Come and tell us. That woman wanted to turn her school to mini Corona. Yes, it worked for her because it helped her school to upgrade. I'm talking about Tadel at Okota.
She appreciated you.
Tadel, yes. I was their head of preschool for like, after I left Corona, for like 3 years. I reshaped her preschool, and her preschool was bigger than her primary school. So she was having a problem with her preschool. She has 14 preschool classes as against 9 primary school classes. You understand? So she needed a strong hand in that preschool. That was why she called me. In fact, that woman saw me on Joberman. She called me. She called my number, and I picked. Because of me, she changed her flight. She was the day she spoke to me that night. She was supposed to go on summer to US with her husband. But when I told her I am not sure because I don't know, because another school was already talking to me. She said, "Come tomorrow morning. I will change my ticket. Come tomorrow morning. Let me finalize with you before I leave this country." That's what you become when you work with brands. There are some schools that are brands. They are brands. When you work with them, but of course, when you work with them, you must go there and learn. So that when you go out, you can reproduce what you learned. Not just you are just there, you are just enjoying yourself. You come and they start asking questions, you start sounding like you can't even do that in Corona because nobody is going to allow that type of thing. Because you are reporting every minute. There are schools that are brands. Green Spring is a brand. Corona is a brand. Avicenna is a brand. Chrisland is a brand. Grange is a brand. Avicenna is a brand. There's this woman at Lupeju. Oh, I forgot, on Pangrove. I forgot her name now. Asion. No. It starts with T. Temple is a brand. They are brands. Those of you that are young teachers, you want to work with brands after your Montessori training. Those are type of schools you should look for. Although new ones are springing up too. This woman at Ipaja, Doregos is a brand. Doregos is a brand. Yeah, it's at Ipaja, and they have over 30 years. But every one of them is coming after Corona because Corona is 70 years this year. Yes, Corona is 70 years. And if you want to meet the children of the high, powerful, and mighty in this country, is in Corona schools. I taught Bukola Saraki's children. Donald Duke went to Corona. Bukola Saraki went to Corona. His children went to Corona. Who is this? A lot of these governors, top governors, they went to Corona. So it will be a normal thing to see parents like that. And then when I'm talking about your environment changing your behavior, will you even dress stupid and look stupid when you know that your open day, governor's wife is coming to your class for open day? Because they must come. They must come. They will not come where? They are the one that will be asking, please, what time should we get there? Because when Corona say 8 is 8. Corona is the first school I work in my life that when it's 8:30, they close the gate against children. You will take your child back home. Your child will walk into the school by 9 o'clock. Which school? 8:30. If that child will not get to that school by 8:30, the father or the parents have called. Maybe they've taken an excuse that, oh, we are taking her to hospital, where before they answer us, please, we might be coming late. That is it. If the gate man open the gate, his work has finished. If I go and use house to carry birthday gift, house, you carry it back to your house. Use house to bring birthday gift. Truck. Gate man will tell you, I'm sorry, madam, I cannot allow you go inside. Cake, Capri Sun, the gift, small gift for the class, the number of students in the class, full stop. 2 pictures. You start with phone, bam, you send to the parents. Your child has done birthday. You bring it to that school. Who are you? They will talk you back from the gate. If they want to give us gift, that's how they give us gift. You collect gift. Hey, parents, you have your account number. You have died. You have died. You have died. Your job is gone.
They are the one that asks for it. Can't you?
You are not supposed. If they ask for you, are not supposed to give them. You must not give them. You must not give them. It's against Corona values. You must not give them. You must not go to their house. On no account must you go to their house. Teachers that were doing lessons for children in parents' houses, you know, systems will be broken into. Not, there's no way. Most of the primary school teachers does lessons. It's top secret. Top secret. Secret that
children must not come and say it.
Yeah. I saw Mrs. Abido in my house. House. You will disappear. Dissertation will finish you. Hey. So it is like that. Graduation, we don't share food. Corona food. Food. Snacks, finger foods. Finger foods. Apple and water is there and it's time bound. It's time. Once you don't come at that time, you are gone. Finger food, snacks. That they will even be saying thank you. That they will do in big up. Their parents will be thanking them. You know how they, you see, it's about priding yourself. It's about pride. When we were there, even with teachers, did you get for your child to get the corona education, the corona type of education, teachers, hey, you just said that small thing. Fizzy with everything. We have a lapel now. That I don't even know where I saw it. That thing that is like brooch. The corona logo. It must be on your clothes. You must put it with your ID card every morning. The lapel is there. Corona type of education, and indeed, I'm not lying to you, there's a corona education. I was 36 years when I went to work in corona, and that was the year I changed my handwriting. Did you know I educate you? Any knowledge that does not change your behavior, your skills, your technique is a waste. And that is what I'm doing here, the treasures type of education. That is why when you come to treasures, there are some things you are going to learn you can never learn in any Montessori school. I make both to say this. You can never learn in any Montessori school. Which Montessori school will teach you ABBA in Montessori? I've told you earlier today, it's a whole course. I'm teaching you inside the course. They will teach you the 5 learning areas. Go to your house. Let it be. You understand what I mean? So it stands them out. So number 5, prompting and fading. Have you talked about using keys to encourage behavior?
Yes.
Then gradually reducing support. You reduce support when you see that behavior has been corrected. Number 6, shaping. Reinforcing closer approximations to the desired behavior. Shaping, reinforcing closer approximations to the desired behavior. Closer approximations to the desired behavior, meaning you will continue to do the same thing to the behavior. Igwe, you see that child that is always sleeping in your class that is not writing. It is because of what the parents are doing with the child at home. And I've said it, reinforcing closer approximations to the desired behavior. I have told you, if a child has a problem, whatever is the age of the child, and the parent of the child is not ready to work with you to change that behavior, forget about that child. You cannot help a child outside the parents. Because when you are doing A in school, they will be doing B at home. So the behavior you want to correct will remain. So just take your mind off that child. I'm not saying you should not teach the child. That problem is of a magnitude that your school management should correct. It is the school management that should tackle that problem. And that teaches you that there are some schools you should not work. Henceforth, moving forward, there are some schools you should not work. Schools that pamper parents. Every school pamper their parents. Corona pamper their parents, but not on their standard. Not on their standard. Because they understand the fact that when that child steps out of this gate, is going to, whatever that child reflects is corona. The mission of Treasures is that by the year 2030, a Treasures teacher should be in the classroom of every Nigerian child. That's my mission. That's the mission of this organization. Now, how do I make pride? What is my pride in having a Treasure teacher in the classroom of every organization? It is because I know that that Treasure teacher, when that Treasure teacher joins that organization, they are going to see a difference. That organization will know that this one is different from all the other teachers we have. She even knows about special needs. She knows about behavior. She can make Montessori materials. She can do this one. So it is whatever you put inside. So if your school if any school manager you are working with does not have that pride, does not have it as part of their values and their structure, don't work in such schools. If you are working there presently, begin to look forward. If you tell them you are going, because this is the deciding time, if you resign and tell them you are going, if they call you to discuss with you, lay your terms and conditions. Some people don't get it right until you tell them that you are stupid. See, all this you are doing is nonsense you are doing. That's why they will now understand that this is not how to do it. You understand? Because we are in a country where we don't have structure. No structure, no monitoring. The government we have is not monitoring anything. They are not monitoring anything in any area, whether education, whether health, they are not monitoring anything. So we are just like animals in the zoo on our own. But in your own corner, your profession, your business, your career, your home, you can start making that difference in your own corner. It is an advantage for you that the government is not working. Let me tell you. It is, especially if you are a business owner in Nigeria, it is an advantage that the government is not working. In schools where governments are working, private schools don't have students. Yes, I'm telling you the truth. In schools where government is working, private schools don't have students. When we have a quality primary school and go take his child to private school to go and pay 150,000. Mrs. Nwachukwu, did you grow up in Lagos? You did your primary and secondary school in Lagos. At our time, we are there private schools like this. Who will go to private school? My father was a civil servant. My father resigned from the Ministry of Works as a PAMSEC, a level 17 officer. I was the last born. They brought Tender Age. The name of that school is Tender Age School. It's in Ebute Metta. It's still there. Tender Age is still there. It was, the year was maybe 3 or 4 years that they started Tender Age. Everybody was taking, it's a new school. The woman came from UK. My mother said, let's take her to Tender Age. My father said, I'm a civil servant. I've never sent any child to private school before. She will not be different. Take her to primary school. Give her 1 more year. Take her to. It's primary school. I didn't go to any private school in my life. It's primary school I attended. But the quality of primary school then, private school will not even entice you. What do you want to go and do there? When you go to public school, you see what they are teaching, the teachers and everything. What do you want to go and do in private school? So in countries where the government is working, where education is working, they are putting structures, they are monitoring, there is supervision, there is quality control. We can't be doing this type of business we are doing. So government not working is to your advantage. But how well are you making use of that advantage? That's the question. How well are you making use of that opportunity? Insecurity, Mr. Adebayo, stand up. Insecurity in Nigeria is now making LASU an overflooded school. Because out of 100 parents, 50 don't want their children to go outside Lagos. So LASU is pride. Their cutoff is 195. And I'm telling you, LASU will not admit any child with 195. You are hearing it from my mouth. they will not admit any, even if it's ordinary English you want to come and learn, they will admit you with 195. How will they admit you with 195 when 200, 250, 300 are more than 1,000? So they just got that 195, and no matter how they want to do Ojukokoro, there is a limit to the number they must admit every year. So your child got 195 and wants to study nursing, and they have over 600 that got 270, 280. So they are going to come and admit 195. And all the students they must admit in that department for a year. It must not be more than 100. And they have 1,000 candidates. So you see that it's a survival of the fittest. It's a survival of the fittest. So when government is weak in an area, it is for the strength of the citizens, if they know what they are doing. So functions of ABBA. We are going to go on break by 11:30. Functions of ABBA. Functions of ABBA. Like I told you that every behavior has a meaning. All behaviors serve a purpose. Yes. I told you that every behavior has a meaning. All behaviors also serve a purpose. I've not eaten this morning because I'm doing intermittent fasting. What is the purpose? I explained about intermittent fasting to you, and I've not even taken water this morning.
I think it's to stop your sugar.
Is to take care of my health, my gut health, to take care of what I'm putting into my body, so that I won't have health problem and I can live longer. So every behavior must have a purpose. Any behavior somebody is doing that is not having a purpose, take that person to psychiatric hospital. Something is wrong with that person. Mrs. Abido came here for us this morning. You are one of the latecomers. Why did you come early this morning? Because of the instruction I sent yesterday. So she woke up early, she prepared early and left home early. That's your reason of coming. For those of you that came late, it's because you don't care. I will meet them.
Even myself, I was not feeling well.
Yes, I know. Yes, I see that you did not put makeup. I know that you are not feeling well. You are healed in Jesus' name. Amen.
It's looking good.
Rachel, when you were doing your program in Lasso, anybody asked you that you come late? Anybody asked you if you don't come? Anybody care if you don't come? But if you don't come, what are the consequences? Okay. Because they are marking attendance. Because they are marking attendance. They are marking attendance. I have a lecturer when I was at Ado-Ekiti. 20% is 20% of the mark is your attendance. So if you like, read from Nigeria to America, but your attendance is 0, you will first look at 20%. So you know that you are struggling with 8. You know that you are struggling with 8, and you may not even get more than 40. So you see that he has set you up for automatic fail. I know some boys that used to go and sleep in the lecture room of that man. Professor Jibade is an Ekiti man. The man is not well. He can start class 15 minutes to 7. 15 minutes to 7. He can start class. If he enters the class and you see 2 people, you start teaching. For a class that is supposed to start by 8. If you enter that class by 7 a.m. and he sees 2 people, students, a class of about 1,000, general class, education, you will start teaching. If you like, come.
That's wickedness.
What is the
Let's supposed to start 18.
I'm calling you as example, Rachel. Maybe you just finished your last, maybe my Professor Noah. Okay, maybe you hear. Maybe I hear it. That Adeyemi, Dr. Adeyemi that is coming here to teach you, that is doing like a gentle for you. If you meet Adeyemi in last If you meet Adeyemi in last way, especially those Muslim fanatics, curriculum. Oh, or that Dr. Tahir, the one that is teaching guidance and counseling, that man that does not talk. You will know your mother's name. Oh, because of Mrs. Obadari. Now, functions of Haba. All behaviors have a purpose. All behaviors. I've told you, silence is a behavior.
Did you read that?
No. Silence is a behavior. Not getting out of bed as early as that you should is a behavior. Your child refused to leave bed is a behavior. And your role as a professional is to be able to interpret every behavior. I've told you. I'm just trying to go back. I'm pitying those of you that came late. There is always something that precedes a behavior. Something happened before a behavior. So you shouldn't go ahead to correct behavior before finding out what caused the behavior. And I've told you, as little as food can cause the behavior. As little as food can cause the behavior. What you gave the child yesterday night. He might be having a running stomach. He might be having gut problem. Feels like throwing up. Don't just feel like going to school. Haven't you seen a child that wake up and says, I don't feel like going to school today before? It's a behavior. If it's not from the home, then it's from the school. If your child ever tells you, I don't feel like going to school today, if it's not that they are sick, it's from their biological problem. If it's not from you, not giving them what you should give them to school, maybe they said they should bring something and you refuse to provide it, and the child is afraid of the teacher or feeling you'll be not be doing what is meant to be doing, then there is something happening in the school that is causing the behavior. You must find out behavior. I used to have one of my sons, the one doing NYSC. If you want school fees, Kikakwa will not go to school. He won't go. My son will not go. If you say go, they will not drive you. You say no, I'm not going to disgrace myself. Let me stay. Where you have it, I'll go. That boy, he will not go. There's nothing you can do. He will not go. One day I called him. I said, because the school in Abuja, he was with me for 6 years, and then I called him. We were going, and we saw some boys running at a cartoon. We saw some boys running to the other side, and I was like, why are they running? He now said, see police. So I was curious. You know, boys always have encounters with police. They arrest them for this. I asked him, I said, because I just was like, I've not seen this with this boy. I said, Kikakwe, has the police ever arrested you before? He said, never. I said, why did you say that? He said, I don't look like the people they are looking for. He said, I don't look like the people they are looking for. Because Kikakwe will not dress anyhow. He will not, anything that we stress him or we make him at the other side of the law, my son will not do it. It is not because of what I told him. It is his nature. It's this type of person that I don't want any problem with anybody, please. If that is what I will do that will give me problem, just leave it. So there is a purpose for every behavior. The reason and the purpose for a behavior, you must find out. Now, I have Abba identifies the function. Abba identifies the function to address the cause, not just the symptoms. Did you hear what I said? Abba identifies the function to address the cause, not just the symptom. Most of the time, when we discipline children, it's the symptom of the behavior we are dealing with. We are not dealing with the cause of the behavior. You come to the sitting room, your child goes to the room. When you enter the room, he goes to the sitting room. You are supposed to find the cause. You are supposed to call that child and say, why is it that anywhere I stay, you don't want to stay there? What is my face threatening you? What are you doing that you don't want me to see? What is causing this behavior that I'm seeing? There's a cause to every behavior. Now, we have function. You have to tabulate your paper. 3. 1, 2, 3. So, you know what I mean? And who has a marker? Who has a marker? Please, Adebayo, go help me ask Mr. Lighton for marker. Okay, is that one right? Okay, so I have function. I've seen marker. Function, description, and example. Example. Now under function, I have the first one as escape. Now description, to get away from a task or a situation. To get away from a task or a situation. A child, example, a child throws a tantrum to avoid homework. Can you fill that place for me? Example, a child throws a tantrum throws a tantrum to avoid homework. Now, a child throws a tantrum to avoid homework. Escape. The function of that behavior is the child is trying to escape. What is the child trying to escape? Homework. The next one I have is attention. To gain attention from others. Function is attention. Description is to gain attention from others. And then the example is a student shouts to get the teacher's focus. Shouts to get the teacher's focus. The third one is access to tangibles. Under function, access to tangibles. Under function is access to tangibles. Then description is to obtain a desired item / activity. To obtain a desired item / activity. Then example, crying for a toy. Then the last one before I go on break. Sensory. Then beside that under function, sensory. Then in brackets put automatic. Sensory in brackets put automatic. Under description, you have to feel good or relieve discomfort. Good morning, ma'am. Come. Mr. Lighton. Please call Mr. Lighton for me. Knock that door. Open. Please come and attend to Naomi. I think she's here for a certificate. Sensory, automatic. To feel good or relieve discomfort. To feel good or relieve discomfort. That's under description. To feel good. Now, example, hand flapping or rocking. This is hand flapping. This is hand flapping or rocking. Rocking. This is rocking.
As in rock.
Rock, as in rock now. When somebody is doing this, that person is rocking.
Baba, is it normal?
It's not normal. It's an ADHD. If somebody does it, can I have one out? If somebody does it just once in a while, there's nothing wrong. But if you are able to identify that this person is always doing this thing, I have a child that I discovered that he has ADHD through this rocking. My first son. My leg, look at my leg. If the moment Ayodeji is tired, the moment he's tired or feel bored about being in a place, he start rocking his leg. It happens, it comes to him unconsciously. You understand? It's not that you are deliberately doing it. But you see, can I have one out here? You see that it just comes to them. Some people is their mouth. So you begin to see that it's a repetitive behavior, then there's a problem. If it's a repetitive behavior, then it's a problem. Huh? No. No. She's there with her mother. Do you understand me now? Hand flapping or rocking, it comes. That's why I said put automatic behind sensory. Sensory behaviors are not man-made. It's their body that requires it. It's their body. Have people seen a child that does this? That is automatic, so it's a sensory behavior. It's a sensory behavior. Sensory behaviors are automatic. They come to whoever is doing it naturally. So you have to help them overcome it. So please let's go on break, and I will be back in. I'm not taking my breakfast. I have to take my breakfast and take my medicine. So we are going to start again by 12. So if you want to, if you are part of those people, you want to go there for some time, because I know that you can't wait. We are go.
Yes, Mama.
Mr. Light. Nora, good morning. How are you?
Hello, guys.
Hi.
Good morning.
So for those of you that didn't get, that came late, you better get the notes from them. I did not do this. I didn't get this part. That's your notes. Let me copy No, I didn't have it. We are going to degree special needs from now till August. This is how we are going to degree special needs. Because by then public schools will not be your effort will be on holiday. It's nothing you are doing in August.